Now we're back on Ridge. I told him I was going to give it till Saturday. Technically it's Saturday. So, with that being said, Rich, you tell some fibs in this. And all it says, just because you denounced Barry, this olive branch I'm smacking away, I'm still going to be on your ass. Like,
yeah,
just because you did the right thing doesn't mean we're buddy-buddy and I'm just going to be like, oh, fuck,
no,
you know.
You lie, dude. I mean, I didn't talk about thermal breakdown. Fuck, you didn't, dude.
This is for Jack from Poor Man's Garage.
Speech up.
I just wanted to get kind of like the record straight. I was talking about viscosity, not thermal breakdown. Viscosity is the slipperiness
of the whole
oil.
Conversation, dude. I mean, yes, you did. You went into fucking how you ever heard of thermal breakdown, and then you went into baking a fucking if you put this and this and this and this and this. Viscosity has nothing to do with compression, Rich. Not a fucking thing to do with compression. Not a goddamn thing to do with it. Your oil has nothing to do with your compression, homie. Not a fucking thing.
Right there. Tell me you've never heard of viscosity and thermal breakdown.
Exactly.
Really, what happens when the engine is light engine light comes on? And it goes on, but I didn't say what he said. But there he talks about thermal breakdown, obviously.
I mean, fuck you didn't. You don't own shit, dude. I tried to help you out and you come back with that shit. You're a crackhead. You're a crackpot.
When it was mixed with gas, it didn't have any slipperiness left to it.
Slipperiness for what?
So,
to move your bearings?
What are you talking about?
I mean,
there should never be oil in your combustion chamber.
No, dude.
It's not two-stroke.
I mean, it's like you can't wrap your head around the whole concept of how an engine works, bud.
That's what I was arguing with you about. That's why the oil had to be changed, because it was so thin it could just like bypass anything.
No. No.
And the only reason why I get nasty with you.
What's it going to bypass?
What are you talking about, Rich? I mean, what's it? You mean your car's smoking? Because if oil's bypassing your rings, then your car's going to be smoking like a freight train, bud.
It's because that's the way you were with me.
They're Texas,
you know,
right
I
there,
mean,
dude. You're out of your mind.
If you were me and I was acting like you,
you're out of your mind.
Would you take it and just like, you know, put up with it? No.
I have the whole conversation. Would you like me to put down here, Rich?
No, nobody would.
And you're wrong.
You know, I mean, I'm not that other guy, believe me, but I'm not in the mood to take non-constructive criticism.
It was 100% constructive.
You're not.
I was telling you how it works, and you come back with that shit.
And first of all, dude, I don't give a fuck what you take. Take it, don't take it. I mean, get on your knees and suck my cock. I don't care. I'm doing these videos. You throw out this olive branch. That's what I think of it. Smack it away.
Talking like painting cars and shit, dude. I mean, I'm not professional, but
constructive criticism, yes. And I've already told you many times, I am not an ASC certified mechanic.
What the fuck does that have to do with anything? I'm not AFC certified in any aspect, but I know 10 times more about automobiles and shit, how to do things the right way, than you do.
I mean, if somebody's telling you all this shit, Rich, then stop listening to them. Cut them out of your life because they're lying to you.
Inclined.
No, you're not.
Which means I know how to take things apart and put them back together.
That's why you do head gaskets twice?
The oil pan gasket thing was a gag. Just to see how many people were awake, paying attention.
What?
But, you know.
Oh, I think I know what you're talking about. Where you said we gotta see which way it goes. That was a gag.
See which way what?
When he had the oil pan gasket, he goes, I gotta figure out which way it goes on the pan. Now it was a gag. Wasn't a gag. You were fucking serious, dude. Own it.
I don't care anything about that, man. I mean,
I only do the things to people that they do to me.
People's trying to help.
If you treat me
and
with respect,
they give you
I'll
good
treat
advice,
you with
and you
respect.
mouth off to them about it.
Listen, something you apparently don't know, Rich, is respect is earned. It's not given. When I meet somebody, I don't have to give them respect. That shit's earned.
Again, I had the whole conversation that started this whole thing, dude. The whole conversation, you do have it right.
So if it's something that I don't understand, and I ask you about it,
and Brian Cabal's got on his channel too.
Your theory or whatever.
Video on.
Instead of arguing,
where he goes into eggs, bacon, fucking lettuce, tomato.
Yeah. It's not that difficult, you know.
You're nuts, man. You're nuts.
I mean, yeah, sometimes you're right. My brain does, because I sometimes don't think of the right words for the car parts, you know, and stuff like that. But my point is that, you know, it's not, it doesn't.
And Rich, dude, as soon as I was done talking, sprinkle on a fucking shit bag.
My past has to eat.
Don't worry, Cassidy Transit will be notified. So is fucking Advance. And once you sell your house, disability will know, because you say in this video or your previous video that yes, you're on disability.
Have to be this way.
I
You
mean,
know what
why
I'm saying?
should you
It
get
doesn't
breaks? I
have to be
don't.
like
It's
this.
going to be this way.
And you don't need it. I don't need it. Who the hell needs it? Nobody. We're all supposed to be in this community to get along together, to help one another out.
No. You can't help somebody that don't fucking want to listen.
Right. I mean, somebody's going to argue with you about
Not to
thermal
be
breakdown.
against one another. Now, if it's a certain type of person, yes, then I can understand. You want nothing to do with it, that's fine. I understand that as well. But at the same time, if you're antagonizing somebody or if you're pissing them off and they get pissed off,
Listen, this is the cold hard truth. And I mean this with the utmost respect, Rich. From the bottom of my cold, dead heart, I mean this. And I mean this with so much respect. Kiss my fucking ass. I don't care if you get mad.
Right. I mean,
With the most utmost respect, pucker your fucking lips up and kiss my left ass cheek.
we're not stealing your content. It's called a review
I
channel.
got you.
When
You
you
gotta
put
own
out
it, man.
misinformation,
Like you said to me
and
all the
bullshit,
time, you gotta own
somebody
it.
has to correct that
You gotta
shit.
be like, yo, man, I'm man enough to say, hey, I did something and I shouldn't have done it. But I
Did what? Did what? Please. You know what, Rich? I might dig through the archives and pull up the shit and put a link to Brian Caval's video so people can go see what got this started.
What do you mean, man? You're right. You own saying the N-word after you said you didn't say it. Then in your video you tried to say, well, it was kids playing in the car. Your title of your video said it was kids in the road. Then it wasn't about kids. Then it was about this. Then you didn't say it. Now you said it. You're right. You own saying it. But now you didn't want to try to convince me that your oil had thermal breakdown and that's why your car had no compression. Which I don't give a fuck if your car had zero oil in it. It's not going to affect your equipment compression.
Yep.
I mean,
did anyway, and this is the repercussions for it. So that's all I'm saying, man.
I mean, what do you think an oil
What?
ring's purpose
Hang
is,
on.
Rick?
Hang on. Fuck this. I want to say something. What repercussions am I having from this, Rich? I don't have people coming over and heckling me on my lives. I don't have people coming over and leaving negative comments on my videos from your community. What repercussions have I had?
They can. I mean, that's what I mean. Everybody has the right, man. I mean,
If you show me respect, I'll show you respect. That's all there is to it.
Respect
Same
is
with you.
fucking earned, not given.
I have no reason to have any hate towards anybody.
And
I just
have no
don't.
hate
I
towards
don't
you,
need
man, at
the
all.
constant,
I mean, you put out
falseness,
misinformation, I'm going to
try
correct
and
the
make
shit.
me look
You
bad
say
when,
something wrong, I'm going to fix
I'm
it.
not.
Falseness. These are your videos. You've done these things. Own it. Remember? You just
It's like you talking about you're going to take your fucking. I'm still waiting for you to explain that. What's your formula for reducing and putting hardener in paint that's already been thinned and hardened to be able to spray out of a can? I mean, come on, man.
I'm not any of those things, And
You are a
maybe
fucking
you guys
wife
are.
beater
Maybe it's
drunk. I have the
misunderstood too,
proof.
And maybe that's what I don't
You
get.
are.
Look, whether you.
All right, well, I don't want to go on
Whether you did it or
babbling
not,
on about
that's
this, but I
your
just
name.
figured,
That's
this
not your
needed to be
dad.
said.
Courts don't make
So
mistakes
maybe we
like that,
can
Rich.
just,
And when they do, they fix them
Put all
because
this
listen,
shit
I'm going to tell
behind
you
us
why.
and not have to deal with
They
this
fix
no
them
more.
because
No.
let me finish. If they have to order out a warrant, they can't send a warrant out for the wrong person because they got the wrong name on the paper, dude. They would have corrected that shit. Because your dad would have went back to court over it and he would have been like, I'm Rich Sr., not Junior. And they would have corrected that shit right then. And
No.
I mean-
No, this stuff ain't getting put behind us. No. Nice try.
I mean, everybody, I'm telling you, everybody, I'm not going to say all the names, but I haven't talked to one person that said that they're not impressed. I mean, that you did the right thing. I mean, 100%. You know what I mean?
I'm not going to sit there and say I'm an ASC
Because a lot
certified
of people
mechanic.
thought
I'm
you would
not.
ride his
But my
coattails.
one car
You
will
don't
be
even
coming
try
with
to.
me.
But there's nothing there to
Yeah.
ride.
It'll be going with you everywhere, and you're trailing and all that bitch. 4 years, Rich, again, you're another Barry. 4 fucking years, and you fucked that car up so many different fucking ways.
I mean,
That's the
you're going
57
to have to
Chevy.
get
That's
an
my
engine
pride
for
and
that
joy,
car.
man.
Plain and
That's
simple.
why I got rid of the Oldsmobile because, like I said, I wasn't going to fix that damn thing anyway. all smashed
Oh,
in
but-
the front and everything else.
But before the tree fell out, you were gonna fix it. What the fuck, dude?
Even though it did run, it wasn't worth it to me. And on the other hand, this one is. You know, it looks like shit. It may be a piece of crap, but it's a 57 Chevy nonetheless.
I agree.
4-door, a dime a dozen.
But I agree. I mean, it could be a cool car. I mean, there's nothing wrong with a 4-door.
And I always wanted one of those cars. I didn't care if it was a 2 or a 4-door.
I'm not
So
fake.
I got a
mean, I'm not
4-door, and I
like,
got it
what's a
sight
4-door?
unseen,
It's a
and
junk piece of
you
shit.
know, when I wound up running it, I wound up opening up a can of
You're going to
worms.
have a bunch of work redone. If you get rid of it,
And
it's somebody else.
I thought it was more than I can.
You missed it.
So I got a 4-door, and I got it
Listen.
sight unseen, and you know, when I wound up running it, I wound up opening up a can of worms.
It just proved right. When I wound up running it, I ran into a slew of problems. He shattered the pistons.
Yeah, I know. He probably adjusted the valves, and that's how I got it. Because when he pulls the head off, you can see fresh witness marks.
I thought it was more than I can handle, but apparently it's coming together. It's just going to take some time.
It's going to take another engine or that engine rebuilt, Rich. I'm sorry.
I think the guy that actually pulled the distributor out, I think he put it in the wrong place.
Because listen to me,
They have
Rich.
advanced
For
it
the
too much.
100th fucking time,
Oh.
you have two different weight pistons. Could be different height pistons, but definitely different weight. It's going to have different compression on them two cylinders no matter what you do. I don't care if you put new rings in every single cylinder. Them two are still going to have different compression. An engine has to have somewhat even compression to be a healthy, viable engine. It can't have two mismatched. They're going to be off dramatically, no matter what you do. Period. Google is your friend. I mean, you say you have two dudes that's
Well, no.
hard Chevy
I
mechanics.
just one each side worked
I mean-
on it. Hooked it up.
They should tell you that. I mean, you can't do that, buddy. You can't do it. It's never gonna run right. Even if you get the motherfucker to start, it's never gonna run right. It's gonna shimmy, shake. Period. That's just advice. I mean, it's a fact.
There's a
It's not
simple
advice.
way
It's
of
fact.
getting that resolved. You know, I'll take a screwdriver, take the spark plug out, put it at the top of the piston, manually turn the fan until
Rich, do not touch that. Take that to somebody who knows what the fuck they're doing.
you know the piston comes up. Make sure it's on the timing mark, and then take a look at the position of the rotor
How
underneath
you
the
gonna make
distributor
sure?
cap.
Hold on, if you just do it like
And
that,
once
Rich,
that's all
how you gonna
together,
make sure it's on compression stroke? Because it has two strokes. I mean, so
And, you know, she should run. He even said that there's no wiped cam lobes or anything like that. They were just loose, so they needed to be tightened up. But it's kind of hard to tell.
They were just loose, huh? After all the times we've seen you just crank them fucking down, they were loose.
it's not how you adjust your shit, man. I mean, it's
What
not
has
how
to
you
be
do it.
tightened
You're
to
taking
what?
what,
You know what I mean?
BG Garage said, and
because
you are putting your
When you
spin on
turn
it.
it over the second rotation, things wind up being loose again.
No,
And I know it's supposed to be like a 3/4 turn.
no, that's not why. No, because like I said, you're taking his video and doing one step of it. To do lifters like he does them, it's a 4 or 5 step process, buddy. It's not just a one-time deal. So I'm sure every time you turn the motor over, you're getting some loose. I'm positive on that. All you have to do, Rich, is go to use your Google Webs, go to Summit Racing, and watch the video on it. It's fucking simple as fuck. And just do it one cylinder at a time, and you'll get it.
Put a load on. So I don't think he did that. I think he just tightened them down to 0 lash.
You know,
So like I said, it's still got stuff to be worked on, but at least it doesn't leak oil anymore. And
you only get 0 lash before you put the preload on it, Rich. You only get 0 lash once, bud. There's no tightening that. You would have to make sure
Okay.
that every single one was a 0
ready for
lash,
this?
then add whatever preload you
One
want.
of the guys that Rich talks about in his things, I'm not going to shout his channel out because you probably don't want to be associated with this at all. So, says Rich, that's a hydraulic lifter. You set preload on mechanical lifters. You set lash, hot and cold. If your guy is setting lash, if your guy is setting lash, he's doing it wrong.
Right, and I miss.
Or you set preload, and on mechanical lifters you set lash, hot and cold. So
there's no leaks underneath the car, so I'm happy about that. The rest of the stuff is mostly up top, and you know the exhaust manifolds and stuff. They can all be done without any massive, you know, leakage or anything like that.
oh yeah, your double humped manifolds.
So, all right. So I just figured I'd come on here, make a video, and hopefully bury the hatchet, get it done over with.
Yeah, it's buried, Rich.
I mean, I appreciate.
You know, I know that some other people are not going to, and I understand that, but.
And if you
You know,
don't,
they're
if you
under a
don't
different
talk no shit or
wavelength. You know,
misspeak,
they
then I
have,
can't do nothing but review it and talk.
They have a hatred, you know. They don't have any understanding. They don't have any sense of rationale.
There's no hatred
So,
here. I don't hate
you know,
anybody.
hopefully you guys do, and you know, you can
Hey, Rich, and I mean this without no strike. Kiss my ass. I'm gonna review your
Barry
videos.
Beamer's the closest to a person that I hate.
I'm gonna
And
review.
I don't even let that happen because, listen, man, when people hate people, man, it just brings bad energy on you.
Man,
That's all it does.
I'm gonna review your videos to the end of the time. There's tons more that you've done over the past couple of days that I'm gonna come back and do. I just felt like doing this one.
Try not to take. Listen, Rich. The best unsolicited advice I give you is don't let nothing anybody says bother you. You know who you are. You know what you're about. It doesn't matter what I say, Austin says, anybody. As long as you know who you are in your own skin, take it with a grain of salt and just move on. I mean,
Or take it and we'll just keep doing videos, and I don't care how you take it, because I honestly mean that with the utmost respect. Say it again. Kiss my ass. I'll see you tomorrow night. I'll see y'all tomorrow night. And yeah, you buried the hatchet so far deep that I can't find it no more. Bye bye.
I appreciate you being decent, Rich, and trying to talk. I do appreciate that.